Podcast, WATP.
I want to talk about Stuttering John, who is a stunt boy. Remember, when he was on the Howard Stern Show, he was the Howard Stern Show's call screener and stunt boy. He wasn't a writer. He was never a writer. He's not a comedic talent. Anthony, in his rebuttal this week, said, John, if you're a great comic, collaborate with someone, create a bit, come up with something, prove that you're a comedic talent. And so John came up with something on Wednesday night that's pretty hilarious. Yep, he ate Campbell's soup.
So, you know what I love about this clip so much, Carl?
I'd love to know.
It's a very short list. Talent is mimicking talent. Do you remember when Aaron was eating soup?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Aaron was eating soup right around Hackamania 1. He was just sitting and eating microwave soup and describing to us how many minutes he was microwaving it for. And that is exactly how John started us off. Yeah, amazing.
So John is eating soup on his show, and then he goes on to explain why he has to eat soup once he started up his live stream.
I didn't eat anything. All my protein drinks are gone. I was like, all right. And then I scheduled my show for 5:15. I didn't get back. I was on the phone with fucking Verizon for about another hour today. Then I had a problem with StreamYard. I had to figure out, so I kept changing my payment method. It's cool. And he kept saying, like, it wasn't working.
All right, so there's a lot going on right now. John is out of protein shakes. That's why he's eating soup. Of course. Because he's, very wealthy and well-to-do. So what am I going to have for dinner? A protein drink or soup from the supermarket?
So it's not an homage to Eddie Murphy at the end of Coming to America.
It is not.
With his classic taste the soup bit.
Also, the idea that he's on the phone with Verizon for an hour, this is like an old person thing. Like, this is like my mom tells me this kind of thing. She's like, oh my God, I was on the phone with Verizon and Spectrum all day today. It's like, no one uses the phone to communicate with companies anymore.
Only old people eat soup and tell you about it. The whole thing.
John is like such a weird old man. And then when he admits that he can't, so he's paying for StreamYard. This is big news, by the way. The fact that he's paying for StreamYard again means he's all in. We're going to see John every day from now on. He's back. So he's paying for StreamYard again, and he admits right there they couldn't figure out how to pay for it, which means he doesn't own a credit card.
Well, he knew how to. He just couldn't get it right.
He couldn't get it to work.
It means he doesn't have a card with enough room on it to pay for it.
He doesn't have a credit card that would be accepted.
Money.
He doesn't have money.
He doesn't have money.
Yes,
Stop pussyfooting around it. He doesn't have money.
That's a crazy thing for a 59-year-old man to say. Like, I tried to pay for a thing and I couldn't. What? And the Verizon thing, he comes back around to and explains he was trying to get his bill down to $75 a month. And I guess eventually he did.
His bill? It's not his bill. It's his mother's bill.
Yeah, she was probably pretty upset with him. Oh, Johnny, we're spending a lot on this Verizon. Stop texting that Kate Meany. She's looking. She knows what's going on.
Unlimited ends at 9 p.m. Come on.
Remember those days?
Funny.
How old are you? All right, so he gives a response to Anthony Cumia's takedown. Now, we played it on the show last week that John decided to go after Anthony, which was a really bad decision because then Anthony was very cool, calm, collected, and explained all the reasons why John's a fucking loser and really just mapped it out very succinctly. And so John's got a sweet comeback for that.
I'm going to tell you and show you the evidence. I'm very big on evidence. But I'm going to show you the text from my good buddy Vince, where Polka Mike was begging Vince to get me to reconcile with him. Vince asked me, Polka Mike wants to know how much it would cost him for you to talk to him again. And I said $1,000, non-negotiable.
1,000 soup.
Vince says, Poker Mike will only give you $100. I said, nope.
Wow. John thinks this is a brag. Vince the lawyer, who's always fucking with John. I've been saying this for years. Vince is always trolling John. John goes, yeah, you're right. And then he goes, no, he's not. And then he goes, yeah, you're right. And then he goes, no, you're not. So apparently his proof that Poker Mike, who I hung out with all night last night, we played poker and we had this conversation about this exact thing. Vince was making up a story that Mike wants to be friends with John. He doesn't. He hates John. John took his money when they went over to Anthony's house to play poker. John only brought $40 for a $100 game and then needed more money because he lost all of his money and made Mike go to the ATM to get more money for him that he never paid back. All of this is true. All of this is documented. But in John's mind, he's like, this is proof that Poker Mike wants to be my buddy again because Vince said so. And you know how cool I am? I said, I'll do that for $1,000. I need $1,000 to talk to a dude.
That's how friendships work.
That's how that works. It sure is. He doesn't realize how pathetic he sounds when he's talking about this stuff. All right, so he's got more evidence here that obviously Mike wants to be his buddy.
I'm going to tell you and show you the evidence. I'm very big on evidence.
Oh, is that the one I just played?
But I'm going to show you.
But it's classic.
Can't watch it too many times, right? No, he actually does show the texts.
There you go.
Oh, good.
Hey, dude, Poker Mike is truly sorry and misses your family, etc. How much to buy back your love? I'm asking for him, and I told you I would convey 1,000. I say, non-negotiable. It's the least he can do, considering his betrayal. Why do you talk that way?
So he's showing text between him and Vince, not between him and Mike. You would think Mike, if he wanted to be his buddy, would be the one who would reach out with this, and Vince is always fucking with John. And I realize why all of this doesn't make any sense is because I skipped over this clip that I meant to play talking about his rebuttal to Anthony Cumia.
I know that arrested for domestic violence guy, who has the mugshot, was pockmarks all his face and plugs, and has a girlfriend who's a staunch anti-Semite. But I know that person did a whole show trashing me. Failed to mention how I got him on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, though. Isn't that weird? Like, they failed to mention that.
It's astounding to me because I knew that John was a writer, a correspondent, the announcer, Jay Leno's muse. I knew a lot of the jobs he had. I didn't realize booking agent was also one of the jobs that John had. And the thing that John doesn't realize or fails to mention is that the reason why Opie and Anthony were on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno is because Jay Leno hates Howard Stern and vice versa. That's also the reason why Stuttering John was on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. It was all just this to piss each other off. I'll have on Howard's biggest competition, I'll hire away guys from his show. All of that was just a revenge fuck.
I've never understood guys and their sword fighting, but tonight I've learned that you guys are sniffing each other's armpits, you're paying each other money to hang out. I don't understand any of it, but apparently it's real.
Bros being bros.
Yeah, okay, all right.
It's guy stuff. You'll never understand guy stuff.
Stay out of it, Lucy.
It's not for you.
All right. He talks about how Anthony fails to mention that he supposedly helped him get on The Tonight Show. You failed to mention that you did the Anthony Cumia show like a dozen times for free. So this sudden $1,000 price tag seems a little insincere.
Well, betrayal.
It would feel like a betrayal. Also, I love when he's like, look at this person who showed me kindness. Look at this. They were showing me love. What a loser. Can you believe it? They were like, let's bury the hatchet and be friends. What a fucking moron.
Thinks you're going to do that for under $500? What an idiot. So it's so funny because I didn't see this episode, and I get into the hotel last night, and I'm talking to Anthony, and he's like, yeah, I was calling and texting John all last night during his show and fucking with him. It's like, oh, really? That's fun. So this is when Ant starts calling Stuttering John.
Oh, Mike truly misses your family. He truly misses you. Please. Oh, here comes the... I'll try. I'm supposed to change this number. He truly misses you.
Yeah. So he sees it, and Anthony's calling. He's like, oh, shit, I'm supposed to block this guy. Whoops. And Anthony just continued to call him and text him and just fucked with him during the entire stream until finally he went and just blocked him.
He can't afford to pay his Verizon bill or whatever the heck cricket he's on. He
Yes.
is absolutely not getting his number changed at any point soon.
No, he doesn't mean he's going to get his number changed. He never gets his number changed. He wouldn't do that. His mom wouldn't be confused. She wouldn't know what to do. So, all right, let's talk about what Vince told John. Because as we know, Vince is always telling the truth.
That's only one of the times. If Vince gives me permission, I'll send the multiple times that Vince keeps asking me on Poker Mike's behalf, according to Vince. And Vince, last I checked, is a lawyer.
Yeah.
Legally.
So that means he's definitely telling you the truth. You know, lawyers are always telling the truth and stuff. So that must be a real fact. I don't know how he keeps stepping on this rake. How does he keep stepping on the VTL rake every fucking time?
It's insane.
He's really... So Homer Simpson, season 3 to season 7, just got dumber. Like every episode. So little deer like, okay, now it's getting cartoonish. Well, I guess that makes sense. My point is...
A caricature of himself.
John is cartoonishly stupid about his friendship with Vince the lawyer. How is it possible that he's just like, well, Vince told me this thing, so it must be true. Here's the text message right here. I can show you tons of text messages from Vince the lawyer. I don't take any of them seriously.
It's similar to the relationship a man like him would have with a stripper in a strip club.
Yes.
They want to believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
They need to.
Yes.
Because there's nothing else happening.
She almost made contact with my crotch. I think she's really into me.
I think in this instance, she's really into you.
Yes. She missed me last night. She wondered why I wasn't there. All right, this right here, this clip is neither here nor there, but it's so insane. When you think about this man's almost 60 years old. On October 4th, he'll be a 60-year-old man, and this is what he's doing at nighttime. This is a nighttime stream.
By the way, this is a zero sugar Monster energy drink, in case you guys are checking at home.
I don't have the home game.
Normally, after you eat, even if it's a small meal of soup, for me, I don't know about you, I get tired. Let's go!
All right. John's gonna die. Right? I mean, the alcoholism is one thing, but the fact that he's an energy drink after a bowl of soup at 8 p.m., fuck.
He's not mixing them together yet. It's fine.
Yeah, can you imagine just pouring the energy drink into the soup?
I thought he was starting an ad read.
Viscosity.
Starting an ad read. This is a Monster energy drink because when
If
you're
you're
a
like
winner,
me.
if you're like me, promo code retard. It's incredible. He needs an energy drink after he's done eating the soup. And then he explains, Clay is obviously trolling him at this point, which I love. Clay Dabbler is just trolling John.
Clay Dabbler, John saving us from boredom. Thank you, Clay. Did you like my soup eating bit? Let's go!
Did you like I think he said soupy-ding. My soupy-ding bit. He thought that was a bit? He started the show eating a bowl of soup. He's just like, that's a pretty good bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, he recently started off also picking the lint off of his shirt,
That
right?
was a good bit.
That
was a pretty good bit.
Dude.
Wait until they see all this lint on my shirt.
Later on, I'll ironically jack off.
It's a pretty good bit. So then he goes into his top 20 guitarists. Who gives a fuck who John thinks is a good guitarist? He's such an idiot. He pulls up the Rolling Stone article, the top 250 guitarists, and in typical John fashion, I don't know who that is. That person's pretty good, actually. I don't know who that is. I mean, the Rolling Stone listicles, just, it's a waste of everyone's time. They're trying to fuck you up. So then, thankfully, he brings up Looney Tunes Critic. I haven't heard about Looney Tunes Critic in a while. You know, he's been out of the dabbleverse.
I have.
Oh, you have?
I mean, I keep hearing about him.
Well, you're going to hear about him again right here.
Looney Tunes Critic is now into the let's insult the Duke business. Here's a $5 bill. Put it on a fishing line, you hack. Thank you very much. Looney Tunes Critic, you still hitting on Jenny Jingles or you were hitting on or no? Did that stop?
What? This is how I find out about it? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, sir. I don't know when you spit takes, so I'm usually in my basement. So anyway, apparently, Looney Tunes Critic was hitting on Jenny Jingles.
This is the best thing I've heard all day.
That's wild.
I'm so sorry, Carl, but I'm the happiest I've ever been.
Do you want a shirt? I'll give you a shirt. All right. Thank you, man. All right, so John's still getting fucked with by Anthony, and he decides he needs to put an end to that.
Where is this? I'm trying to see where this Pocky is so I can get rid of him. But I don't know where. Oh, there he is. All right, there. I don't need his pocket face in here.
All right, I gotta block Pocky, said the winner. Let me find this guy. I can't even find him in my chat, but I need to block him because he's bothering me. Lucy, this is bad news for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. This is going to be pretty devastating.
But I don't really have any thought on it. I don't know these people. I don't even know this Lucy person. I know everyone thinks that I watch any of this nonsense. I don't.
Devastating.
I'm never going to recover from this.
I know. That's rough. He doesn't know who this Lucy person. He doesn't watch any of this stuff.
He refuses to acknowledge my existence. He has never acknowledged my existence.
He doesn't watch.
Never will.
He doesn't watch. He doesn't know about it.
That's clearly the reason.
That's clearly the reason. Because obviously, if you're not watching this stuff, you're not paying attention to it, you would definitely sue those people for $600,000. Yeah. You know, that's what I do when I'm not paying attention to something. I'm like, I should probably get a lawsuit going against SpongeBob. I'm not watching it, but maybe I can sue him for something.
Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, why not? All right, so Anthony keeps trying to call John, and John is a giant pussy.
Okay, so apparently that person, no. I don't want to talk to fucking Pocky, and I'm not talking to fucking Poker Mike. I'll let him fucking, get on his knees for Pocky. I don't want to talk to either one. Vince, I love you, pal, but I'm not talking. I'm not talking to Poker Mike. It's not happening. Ever. I'm talking to the internet. I mean, now he's up there and all set to trash me? After he's begged me? Vince, could I show more of the text, please?
All right. So Vince is like, hey, man, Anthony's trying to call you right now, and Poker Mike is there at Chrissie Mayr's Content Hotel. Have him on the show. And John's such a pussy boy that he's just like, nope, there's no way I let them on. And it's the same thing that Aaron Amhold does. He's trying to control the narrative. If one of these people actually came on his show, it would tear everything down. All this facade that they've created.
If you don't want people to know about your personal life or your family, you just don't talk about it. If he doesn't want to address or talk to these people, why is he giving a monologue directly to them into the camera?
Yes.
He only wants to speak to them from the safety of this situation. He knows anything they say as a rebuttal, he'll just crumble.
Yeah, so he's the one who started this, again, as he always does.
First blood.
He started all of this, and then as soon as they respond, he's just like, nope, we're done here. Yeah. I don't want anything to do with that. And then John had the gall to call Anthony boring. Remember we were playing the clips of him? Anthony was explaining his schedule and why we
I haven't seen Anthony eat soup on camera, I don't think ever.
Yeah, right.
There's always tomorrow.
So John calls Anthony boring and then does this on his show, and I have sped it up. This is him texting with Vince the lawyer. 4x speed. This is 4 times. If you're watching his show.
Yeah, he can't move that fast.
Okay,
Yeah, this is way too efficient for John.
All right, he says yes, so I can show more.
All right, that was all just to be able to show more texts that came from a known liar who's fucking with John and trolling him to prove that Poker Mike wants to be his buddy. This is like the whole point of this episode. It's insane. And he acts like he's above this shit.
I'm going to be honest. I think after today, him and VTL are fighting again.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that. So Vince came on his show tonight, and that show has been taken off the internet.
It sure has.
Pretty quickly.
Immediately.
Because what did Vince do at the end of the show?
It ended very, very abruptly when Vince gave us all a hard R.
Yikes.
Yeah. So
Vince was on John's channel dropping N-bombs.
He was very much trolling again. He was very much trying to mess with John again. And this is after John cannot appreciate enough how much this guy is so trustworthy.
I know. And as soon as John goes, Vince, I love you. You're a good friend. That's when Vince fucking goes as hard as possible
jugular.
To prove
the jugular.
he's not his friend.
Every time in the jugular.
All right, so then John's reading the text thread with Vince, and he finally realizes something about his show.
Let's see. I read that one. Then I think he asked me again. Let me see. Let me see. I think he asked me one more time at least. I know this might be boring.
Yeah, you think?
Finally, he realizes that this is boring. John, this is what boring is. You scrolling through your phone looking for a text message from a guy. Holy shit. Sucks. This is funny. He pretends not to know what this means.
Adam is saying, some people are saying you are related to Danny DeVito. Why? I don't know. Maybe because I'm short?
No, that's not it. The reason why people are saying you're related to Danny DeVito is because this is what your sister looks like. So these people are trolling John. Like, hey, aren't you related to Danny DeVito? I don't know where you get that idea. I know. The chat was fucking with him so hard. John is all the way back into the dabbleverse. Like I say, he's paying for StreamYard again. He loves those $2 and $5 super chats to come in and just fuck with him.
Yeah, whatever.
The chat was, only a loser would brag about getting a pension. He goes, yeah, okay, well, it got me there. And then this is my favorite. John calls this a zinger, but I disagree that this is a zinger. I think it's better than that.
El Diablo with the zinger. What a garbage show. Is this you trying your best to entertain us? If it is explains, you want me to explains it? You want me to explains it?
So let me just finish that. It says it explains why your career has failed. That's when John stopped reading. But let's see what his rebuttal is to this, what he calls a zinger.
Explains it? You want me to explains it?
I would call this the truth.
Is that it? El Diablo? Should I explains it? Okay, I'll explains it. What an idiot. You're such a fucking dumbass. But the funniest part about it is the whole hypocrisy of it all. You've been watching me now for 1 hour and 52 minutes.
Let me point something else out, too. John was like honed in on explains it. This sentence is worded correctly. If it is, it explains why your career failed.
Yeah.
He's trying to clown this guy for grammar.
Yes.
And everything is worded correctly. Oh, that explains it? That explains? Yeah, it does. It does explain it.
Hypocrisy of it all. You've been watching me now for 1 hour and 52 minutes. But yet you say it's a garbage show. Then let me ask a Socratic question to you. Okay? Please Google it if you don't understand. Why are you watching?
You're a clown.
Everyone's watching because you suck. And I want to explain this to John. I'm sure he knows this. Way more people watch John through the Uncle Rico show and Who Are These Podcasts than watch him directly because they know that we'll curate the best parts of his buffoonery.
What
The fact that he's just like, well, then why are you watching? People watch a lot of train wrecks.
I flew into the Scranton airport, and Jenny Jiggles was kind enough to pick me up on the way, and there was a bunch of traffic, and we couldn't understand why all these cars were so slow. Finally, we saw it was an accident. And we're like, we don't really care. We got to go. And as we approached the accident, of course, we looked, and it was insane. Like, we almost stopped the car. We're like, I've never seen a car upside down with the tailpipe up. It was a catastrophe. That's something we slowed down to enjoy. We weren't looking at it like, boy, that's...
What a great thing.
What a genius.
Who are these podcasts? WA